Let's create a Chinese fan on Gravit. To do this, bring out a circle shape, stretch it however big you want, and bring out another smaller circle shape and put it in the middle of the previous circle. From here, we are going to do a subtract to cut out a hole. So select both shapes and do a subtract. Once done, we're going to use the knife tool to cut out a fan shape. So I'm going to cut I'm going to cut the circle into half first. Okay, as such, use the pointer, click behind, then you can separate out the two shapes. I'm going to remove this, delete, okay, delete off the second one part of the shape. And what I'm going to do here is just to rotate this semicircle that I have a bit to the side, and I'm going to use the knife tool once again to slice a portion of it. Okay, now use the pointer, click behind, and delete off this little small piece that you've cut out. So once done, you would see that you have your basic fan shape. Okay, now change the fill color to whatever color you wish to have. I'm going to use this light red over here, and we're going to add some little thin rectangles on the sides and inside the fan to create the blades of the fan. So add a square, shrink it to a thin rectangle, and change the fill color to a color on your color scheme. So I'm going to use a deep red for this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is to just rotate it to align nicely along the edges of my fan. This could be a bit tricky, so just take your time to do this. You can also zoom in to give you a better view. Okay, once aligned nicely, I'm going to just string this a little bit, okay, to the middle here. Copy paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, pull out, flip this horizontally, and pop this to the other side of the shape. It's okay if your rectangles jut out a bit. This will create a more natural effect of how the fan is created. Okay? You can always reposition them on your own later. Okay, copy paste again, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, pull out. Okay, and just take your time to rotate each of your rectangles and align them as such. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, flip horizontal, put on the opposite side. Okay, it will be great if your fan is actually rotated and put in the middle, so that all you need to do is to just create one side of the fan blades, copy paste and flip horizontally to the other side. Oops. If you want to make it easier, you can also play with your angle box here and type in angles for you to flip your design. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, flip horizontal. So I'm basically doing this until I have as many fan blades as I like. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, pull out. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. So I'm going to copy this last one. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, flip horizontal. And there we go. Don't worry if the inside is a bit messy, because we're going to create something that will cover it up. Okay, now we're going to zoom out. So I'm going to click this fit all arrow. Okay, and what I'm going to do at the bottom here is to just add a circle shape to cover off the messiness of the lines. Alright, and just change the fill color to something that you like. So I'm just going to use maybe the dark red here. Okay, and then you can just decorate your fan by adding a tassel. So I'm going to use a rectangle for this. Bring out a square, shrink it to form a rectangle, put it to the bottom here. Okay, change the fill color. And I'm going to add this shoe shape, flip it upside down, shrink it a bit smaller, and pop it just below my fan shape. Okay, so that's the tassel that I'm going for. Okay, of course it looks a bit funny at the end, but you can always replace and change the shapes. Okay, so this is our basic Chinese fan shape. Once you're done, you can group all your patterns and shapes together, and then you can reposition them in your design.